Welcome back, y'all. We've got the uppercase, we've got the lowercase, we've got the words, and now it is our time to shine. We are taking our talents off the page and out into the world. I'm going to show you how to add your happy hand lettering to a project for every season. This is so much fun. It's really where my talent comes to life. I love to think of ideas and ways that I can spread happiness through my handwriting, but in my holiday decor. So today we're going to cover pumpkins, pool floats, Easter eggs, and Christmas ornaments, and how you can work with each of these items individually to really make your lettering shine. For your regular happy handwriting, any pointed tip marker will do, but when you start to take your talents off the page, you might need to change up your tools. Today I'll be showing you how I use both pointed tip paint markers and a chisel tip Sharpie to really bring this happy hand lettering to life. On the pumpkins and on the Christmas ornaments, I recommend using a paint marker. These all are going to have a rounded tip, making sure that it's not a chisel head, not something really tiny. A medium point works really great to make sure that your writing is big enough and that that marker has enough paint to make your downstrokes. For our Easter eggs, a regular fine tip Sharpie works just fine. Just make sure that it is still a Sharpie and not a Dolly if you've had it for a long time. That sharp point really helps to shine through to create the art that you want. With our pool floats, this might be the only time that I will stray from my pointed tip marker and ask you to look for a chisel tip Sharpie. These are the Sharpie permanent markers, but they come with an angled head. You will hate this if you're trying to write on paper or if you're trying to do just your regular handwriting, but it comes in extra handy when we're working on a pool float. So these markers can be found at any craft store, Michael's, Hobby Lobby, also on Amazon. Looking for any, I'm not particular on the brand, just a pointed tip paint marker, a medium point, a regular Sharpie, and a chisel tip Sharpie. So grab those tools depending on which project you want to do first, and then we will get started. I'm going to show you how to make some excellent Easter eggs for your Easter celebrations. These are all faux Easter eggs, but the same technique could still be applied to real eggs. Don't panic, it's not real. If you're writing on a real egg or a small faux egg, you can use a regular tip Sharpie. I like to use my print style on these eggs. Since they're smaller, I'm going across, adding all the letters with the same height, and then adding downstrokes, one per letter. If you're using faux Easter eggs, like these beautiful glitter ones here, I like to add a piece of tape on the back to secure the egg, to make sure the name doesn't get aligned or to make sure the parts don't separate. When I'm lettering on these eggs, I go letter by letter, drawing the name, adding the downstrokes, and then going back and shading it in. These work awesome for place cards. For any of your Easter celebrations, you can sit them out and decorate with them. You could put them in the Easter basket for your kids. These make really cute gifts if you put candy or money on the inside. And they are just so much fun. Make sure you spend some extra time adding your happy hand lettering to your Easter eggs, and every bunny will be impressed. Our next project are Christmas ornaments. I love adding happy hand lettering to anything and everything I can find during the holiday season. These ornaments are the clear plastic ornaments that I buy from Michael's. You can buy them in a whole set, and then I add some confetti in the middle. So always add confetti, stuff that down in there, and then you could tie a cute ribbon and add your happy hand lettering on either side. I like to choose a smaller word, so joy, peace, love, hope. Merry Christmas is not going to quite fit on this little bitty ornament, so think about that when you're making up your design. I go letter by letter using a gold paint marker. Any gold paint marker Sharpie will do. This brand is Pilot. Whatever is fine. You're just wanting to find something that has that rounded pointed tip. I go letter by letter, drawing the letter, going back and adding my downstrokes, adding my shading, and then it really becomes such a cute and fun keepsake for people to keep in the holidays. I love doing names, monograms, a family name, a family word, whatever works for adding to that ornament. You just want to make sure you pay attention to your spacing. So drawing the letter, adding the downstroke, shading them in, add a little confetti, and then that will just help you spread Christmas cheer far and near. Happy fall, y'all! We are moving right on through the seasons, and I want to show you how to add your happy hand lettering to a pumpkin. We practiced the word boo earlier in the class, but I want to kind of walk you through my thought process when it comes to adding your lettering to something like a pumpkin. First things first, it could be a real or a faux pumpkin, doesn't matter either way. I like to go and buy the faux pumpkins. When fall starts to come out, you just go and dig one out of a bin. They're like $10. They last every season, and so that comes in really handy if you like to decorate early like me. Once you've got your pumpkin, you want to kind of spin it around and inspect the ripples on the pumpkin. You want your writing to start in one of the biggest ripples you can find. Since it's a circle, make sure there's not any like weird imperfections or whatever, and start your phrase or your design there. That helps you get that big capital letter, and all the other letters come secondary. When I'm writing on a pumpkin, I like to use a paint marker with a rounded tip, or a regular Sharpie. As long as it's not a real pumpkin, a regular Sharpie will totally work fine. So you can go draw the letters, add your downstrokes, and shade them in with either one of these tools. As I mentioned earlier, it might be cool to do one phrase on the front that's more Halloween or they're Halloween specific, and then turn it around and do something more generic on the other side. This one has the tailors on one side, it's got boo on the other side. So after Halloween is over, I just flip it around and we keep the party going all through the rest of fall, even all the way through Thanksgiving. These make really great hostess gifts too. If you're going to a party and feel like you need to bring something, a pumpkin is a really quick and easy piece of decor that you can just pop in your car and bring to them as a sweet gift that they'll be able to use year after year. It's time for some fun in the sun. I'm going to show you how to add your happy hand lettering to your pool floats. All she wrote floats. Here we come. So when you're lettering on your pool float, it's actually best if you start with the pool floats deflated. So not blown up just yet, save your air. Write it on it flat. You're gonna use the chisel tip Sharpie. This is the only time I'll recommend a chisel tip Sharpie because the pool floats seem to really like them. So if you use that marker with the angled head, you'll go through and write each name letter by letter. One by one, you'll overlap each letter, go back and add your downstrokes, and then you'll blow it up and hit the pool. It's important to make sure that you keep your design contained to about a quarter to half of the float. You don't want the name to wrap all the way around or else they won't be able to read it. This one is a little kid's float. It's written in the cursive style, my signature swirl cursive, but this one right here is actually written in capital letters. It's a larger float. It's easier to read. I'm doing letter by letter, one at a time, going back in and adding my downstrokes. Now, these are done with a Sharpie. They may come off in the water. They're not meant to last forever, but they would be a lot of fun for your next pool party. If you're doing a shower or something with a pool theme, these make really great favors. And so using that chisel tip marker, drawing the name, adding the downstrokes, and then hitting the pool and having some fun in the sun.